Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, for your Thursday, it is going to be a PvT here on Kairos Junction, the ladder edition. One of these players is Master Level, one of these players is Diamond 1. I will leave it to you who decides which one that is. Top left-hand corner here on Kairos Junction is the Red Protoss player, Wyldmane. And in the bottom right-hand corner is the Blue Terran player, Firebird. He is from the Falpal clan. If you'd like to join the Falpal clan, join the Discord server first. Ping Falcon Paladin clan officers, or Falpal clan officers, and we'll get somebody to help you with that post-haste. You got to do it in-game, is the only thing. I wish you could invite people just using the Battle.net app, but you have to be in StarCraft to do it. So that has always been it's a limitation, but we make it happen. All right, so Probe, cruising on down here to see what's what, and the answer is going to be not much out of Firebird. That is just a Rax built at home at the top of his ramp. I mean, it's not even anything that can really be sniped down that easily. Obviously, some harassment's going to come here sooner rather than later, but Firebird will be ready with that with the second SCV, etc., on and so forth. Now, PvT, pretty interesting these days. A lot of Liberators, a lot of Storm. Disruptors can come into play. Marine Marauder Medevac also still very, very good. Colossus can get in the mix here. It seems like Protoss just has a lot of options of stuff they can do. Liberators are a big part of the T in TVP too. So, we'll see how this works out for both of our players here today. In this matchup, it is widely argued that Protoss is a little bit better than Terran, although if you go to the Protoss message boards and the Protoss subreddits and Discord servers, it's a different story. Oh, got an SCV kill. I mean, as long as you're trapped into your probe, you might as well kill something, right? So that's a very nicely performed thing there. I mean, sure, he's waiting to see what comes out of that barracks, and it is going to be a Reaper. So you're going to die. The Reaper's name is 4Kids. Emperor Minx sat down to watch the dub of his favorite anime, Cooking Wars Isekai. However, Menx grabbed the 4Kids dub by mistake and watched in horror as swear words were changed to childish name-calling. Action scenes were edited to be bloodless. Homosexual romances were changed to friendship, and all guns were changed so people would just point menacingly at their target. Emperor Menx sentenced the entire 4Kids production team to the Reaper program, somehow compacting them all into this one suit, which is hilarious. All right, here goes nothing. Reaper coming in sees there's expansion down already effectively. That's pretty early from Wyldmane, I want to say, but there's an Adept out here too. I guess the Reaper was forced. Oh, two shots. 3-shot will kill you, but I guess the Reaper was forced to stay home to deal with that probe, which delayed his ability to get out here, and as a result, the Protoss player is just fine against this Reaper assault. That was close. One more shot was enough to kill him there for sure, despite the combat drugs healing him. Firebird is building a natural base on premises. Indeed, he is. An Adept cruising across the map to try to shut that down. Can she get there in time to do it is the question. The Reaper swings back around to try to get something done here in the natural base. And you know what? There's nothing here to protect these guys. There's a Stalker hanging out, waiting to see where this Reaper will come back in. Oh, wow. All right. Well, the Reaper went directly to where the Stalker was, which is hilarious. Adept is going to try to take down this. Oh, my gosh. That's a delay. That's a delay. Reaper here, 4Kids not being microed. Yeah. All right, man. He's out. Adept wrecking house right now. Has 3 kills already. Ah, wrong button. There, we're back. We're back. I know hotkeys sometimes. Every once in a while, this Adept is become like unto death and has so many kills and is now dead. But sheesh. Delayed construction on that command center. Killed Marines. Killed SCVs. Stalker thought about heading over, but Cyclone present means Stalker's gonna die, and there's really no way to save it. Not in a one-on-one situation anyway. Shield battery, walling off with gateways back home. Wyldmane. He's working on an Immortal in production. Immortal's really great against Terran, especially if they have Cyclones and especially if they have Marauders. Marine heavy count, not as good. Also Robotics Bay from Wyldmane. He's doing all the things on 2 base right now, you guys. All of the things. 3 Stalkers versus Cyclone are actually not bad. A 3-to-1 ratio is pretty fantastic. Liberator heading up to the north here, too, to see what it can do versus this Protoss player who really doesn't have any defense whatsoever sitting by the mineral lines. There are no cannons, no Stalkers up here either. The pressure is on. 1 Immortal and 3 Stalkers out of Wyldmane. Liberator, you know, the longer you wait, the worse it's going to be for you to get in there. I mean, there you go. You've got your time, man. And it's now. All right, Wyldmane, you're going to have to warp in some Stalkers or something. I kind of like this is accidentally working out to when Wyldmane is really focusing on the front door over here. Yeah, man, these Marines are not long for this world, but the Liberator going to town up there, too. I'm not sure what the reaction is going to be right now. Cyclone has to save the day by its lonesome here. How many kills you have? 3 kills is not bad, but denying all mining from the main base of Wyldmane is beautiful stuff here. However, Firebird is losing all of the mining at his natural base as well. So tit for tat here. Both players are pretty even at this stage. Observer sets up in observation mode. Liberator, yeah, on the natural base, getting 1 kill. And then probably back to the main as well. The 2 Stalkers are now present, and they will pick this Liberator out of the sky if she holds still for too long. So Firebird has been unfortunately reduced to 1 base, which is really unfortunate for him because the Protoss is definitely on 2 right now. And Liberator gonna die. Yeah, no saving that. No saving that there whatsoever. Coming up this ramp would be a monumental mistake. Do not do it, Wyldmane. Alright, Marine Cyclone comes down to chase away the evil Protoss. And 1 Stalker down, 1 Stalker down. Marine Cyclone pretty good against Stalkers. The Immortal not as much. The Immortal has 6 kills. And is real scary for everybody here. But Marines, oh my gosh, it stopped moving. Oh, got the Cyclone, but it ended up dead there too. I'm not sure if that was a good trade. I'm not sure if you wanted to trade a Cyclone for an Immortal. Immortals are really expensive. At this point, though, Firebird has lost 2,000 resources and Wyldmane has lost 1,600. So who am I to save? Liberator, 2 Liberators heading out across the map to try to get more harassment done. Recognizing that Wyldmane is not really super interested in defending in this situation. He doesn't seem to have any Stalkers. He's warping in one now to the main base, perhaps thinking, you know what? Let's protect these mineral lines as well as we can. Actually, are you just leaving? All right, never mind. Oh, there's 1 Stalker here. Okay, he wasn't on the camera. Advanced Ballistics would be pretty good. Oh, almost a blind setup there. This one is set up and in range of a multiple Stalker group. Gonna lose a Stalker, but definitely gonna take down the Liberator in the process. Ooh, no final shot there. Unfortunately for it. Stalker Zealot gonna try to come up here and get some pressure done. This is a really action-packed match, you guys. This is really good stuff. Liberator, Stalker, no regard for its own life, actually, ends up getting taken down. This Liberator has 1 kill, and it's a Stalker, of all things. Should not happen. Oh, we got a Colossus out. Wyldmane did manage to get a Colossus out. That Robotics Bay I figured was for something, I just didn't know what. But still, denying all mining up here is incredibly impressive. Gonna lose 1. Nope, no more Stalkers down. Just the 1. What is your answer to Colossus going to be? I suppose tanks. Observer gets picked off, but here comes the army. It's a lot of Marine Marauder and Cyclone here. That Stalker gets pulled back, breaks the lock-on ability. The lock-on the line of sight there. And Wyldmane decides to head on back home. Firebird has a drop cruising out. His production tab is on fire right now with Marines, Marauders, SCVs, Concussive Shell. Additional refineries as natural base. Finally taking gas down here. He hasn't been able to for a while, or he didn't feel like he was able to anyway. Bad news bears. Blink at a Wyldmane. So he's got the Colossus, he's got the Stalkers, and the Zealots. Does he have charge on those Zealots is my question. Actually, no. Surprisingly few upgrades here out of that player. 3 units. Firebird goes to drop the natural, shuts down the 3rd base attempt of Wyldmane entirely instead. Cyclone seeing is their 3rd base here. No, thank goodness. I feel much better about my position now. And in fact, I'm just going to go home. I'm not going to try to push the issue here. That is, in fact, a Dark Shrine. So 1 behind Dark Shrine. I'm not sure that Wyldmane is behind at this stage. He's got more of everything but army supply, and it's very close in that category anyway. Wyldmane is going to throw down his 3rd Nexus here at about 9 minutes, which, considering all the aggression we've seen so far, is a pretty good timing. Oh, Cyclone versus Disruptor. How about that action? That Cyclone is going to die, but it did some good work. Meanwhile, Marine drop here inside the main base takes down a pylon. Almost takes down a pylon. There we go. Oh, that is an Artosis pylon. I mean, okay, there were 2 pylons, but phew. Depowers both forges and a warp gate there. Upgrades are paused if there were any. Actually, being Chrono Boost, that's weird. It's got Chrono Boost on it, but it wasn't upgrading anything. Because there aren't any upgrades on the forge, nor are there any in progress. What the heck? Gotta watch that. So repower it real quick for me. I want to see if that comes back into the production tab or not. No. That was a Chrono Boost on a forge that was doing nothing. I'm very confused by that behavior. Firebird says, I think I can handle this. I think I can handle a little bit of a Stalker Zealot army with a Disruptor and a Colossus. Marine attack in the main base doing some work. Zealots here to respond. Not working out for them too well, as it turns out. Zealots getting evaporated by these Marines. Stalkers are no match for them either. And with Stim, especially, it's problematic for these dudes. The Warpins are not really helping all that much. You have to bring the whole army back to deal with this, and they need to just pick up and boost out. Nice blink, though. All the damage they did. They're toast now. Third base is shut down by a combination of Marines, Marauders, and tanks. Firebird apparently has no interest in a third, although, as I say that, he does start to throw one down here. North of his natural base in the bottom right. Wyldmane working on upgrades now. 1-1-1. Wait, 1-1 and charge is what that is. Firebird heads home. An army supply of 68 versus 42. Pretty darn big army scare for him. Wyldmane sending some zealots down to shut down this third base. And you know what? They're going to shut it down. There's really no saving this at all. And they die in the process, but that's okay. That's all right. They did their job. It's actually Dark Templar, not Archon. Regular old DT heading on out. Oh, another DC's already here. Gets the SCV. Where's your scan? Are you really just trying to whittle down the Terran army here? I kind of feel like killing the third base is probably a bigger deal. Oh, DT's in the natural base as well, and in the main base. Oh boy, Firebird is in trouble. He's got DT problems everywhere. Dude, kill the ones building the missile turrets. You gotta do it, man. Where are the scans? Did he just call down mules? He must have just called down mules. Ah, missile turret does come up with a natural base. And this guy goes down with 6 total kills. 7 total kills on him before he's out. Also, the third base does get shut down by a Dark Templar, who has 3 kills to his name. So that's a lot of dead stuff, man. That is 24 SCVs killed. Sure, Wyldmane has lost 7 probes, but sheesh. Wyldmane is suddenly up a total of 46 to 27 workers. His income is better than Firebird's, again, despite the fact that mules exist and are being called down right now. So, 91 to 66 army supply. Firebird has a big, terrifying Terran army. He needs to watch out for Disruptor Splash, as well as that Colossus. There's no Storm, which is a huge boon for him. Templar Archives is on the way, but it won't be done for a while. And there will not be any High Templar for a while either here. So Liberator set up. Firebird has taken serious hits to his economy. Like, life-threateningly hits to his economy here. Oh, another DT shows up for some reason inside the natural base and does take down that Marine. And going to work again on the SCVs. This is insane. The DT finally gets wiped out after getting 12 kills. SCVs are its downfall. Firebird has 21 workers at the 13-minute mark. That is so bad. But if he can win this engagement, he's going to be just fine. And he's got Liberators, Marines, Marauders. If you're not going to engage me, I'm going to take down your natural base. Thank you very much. 2 warp gates down instantly. Tanks on the high ground. That ramp is a death march. This positioning by Firebird is so good. Wyldmane should have never allowed it to happen. He's basically giving up on his natural base entirely here. DT shows up, but scans are available. Firebird is saving up that energy. He recognizes the threat of DTs in this game. The natural base does end up going down. Disruptor Novas dodged perfectly. 0 damage taken there by Firebird. And the Colossus is here to do some work, but that is too many tanks, man. That is 3, 4, 5 tanks. More tanks keep rolling in right now. 162 army supply. Third base is in trouble as well. Marine Marauder just blah, 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 blah. Even if there's a DT hammering, it doesn't really matter right now. Coming back home to deal with the tanks. Make sure they are not undefended here. This Colossus has been putting in work. It's got 8 kills, but it's getting focused down by the Marauders and dead. Disruptor Nova gets a decent hit off there, but it ends up dead as well. Immortal's getting picked off too. Much bio, not enough splash damage. Zealot trying to make this thing happen, but it's just not enough versus all of this stimmed bio, and Firebird is your winner. Oh, come back. That was the wrong button. We'll go back, I guess. I always worry I'll do that. I haven't done it in a while. Do we have to speed through it? I think we do. Alright. I don't know. This is kind of a fun thing to do, right? Watching it on super, super fast forward speed for a second time around. Anyway, I mean, Wyldmane, nice harassment, man. You took out so many SCVs, but you didn't kill the army. You didn't have the splash damage needed to deal with that army. You didn't have Storm. You only had one Colossus. He had a couple Disruptors, but Terran, I just feel like that's the worst option because Terran have been practicing splits since Banelings were introduced into StarCraft 10 years ago now, so they can split with the best of them. The Liberator harass was great. Again, shutting down this natural base for as long as he did was a huge credit to Wyldmane's defenses here, and offense, rather. Liberator harass doing some stuff, but again, I think only, by golly, only what, 7 probes died in the first 10 minutes of this game, so not exactly the game-changing level things that he needed there. And Firebird really never got off these, did he ever get off these? No, he did have a third base at some point. But 2 base for a while. He wanted to make sure that Wyldmane did not get his third base. Look at this Disruptor on ×8 speed. That's amazing. I might post that on the YouTubes. I kind of like them. They're like fidget spinners now. It's crazy stuff. And yeah, it's just too much bio. Not enough bio died here. I mean, this was a shellacking. Bam. Yeah, overall, resources lost 7,000 for Firebird and 14,900 for Wyldmane. That's a huge number. That's a really big number. All right. So what else? What else have I not covered here so far? I think that's it. I think it's just a lack of splash damage. The harassment was great. But harassment is not everything. It's just one of those games where you can destroy a million SCVs, especially against Terran. You can do this. And they just have a big army and they come kill you anyway. Just don't invest so much into harassment that you don't have the army to handle the push out when it actually comes. That's the moral of this match, I think. It's a good moral, isn't it? All right, cool. Well, that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.